Today we're going to get into the Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. But before we get into it, y'all already know the drill. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And come on over here and kick it with your girl. Down in Potomac, Gizelle and Wendy meet up. They are looking at G-Wagons. Gizelle is saying she's in the market to get a G-Wagon, electric G-Wagon. She done came a long way from that little car that she had. Y'all remember the little Gucci car? She done came a long way from that car. She ready for big girl things, I guess. Wendy do say that she want a G-Wagon, and she tells Gizelle, you know, I'm just letting you know this ain't no Stacey situation. You know, I'm gonna let you know that I want a G-Wagon too. So when I get one, you can't say I'm copying off you, how they think Stacey is copying. Wendy do say though that Stacey reached out to her stylist, and I'm like, okay, here we go with the reaching out to the stylist situation. Like, okay, with the Happy Eddie, like her doing the weed line, okay, cool, Stacey. But reaching out to her stylist behind her back, I don't think it's anything wrong with having the same stylist, but I just think when y'all are on the same show, it can be a conflict of interest. Like, if you open to it, let your stylist get their bag. I don't see anything wrong with it. But I can see Wendy side-eyeing her like, you could have asked me why you doing it behind my back. AJ and Stacey meet up. AJ is Stacey's friend. And Stacey is telling him what's going on. You know, she's saying that she's the first black woman in the state of Virginia to own her own cannabis line. So kudos to you, Stacey. If y'all looked at the after show, Ashley was clearly hating. She was like, she looked it up and she can't find it anywhere. Like, girl, just congratulate her and move on, Ashley. AJ is telling Stacey that they all too damn old, and I agree, AJ. Like, come on now. Like, y'all arguing about the dumbest stuff. But Stacey said that she's non-confrontational. And AJ looked at her like, girl, now I don't know about all that. You from the deed, read these ladies and don't let them get up under your skin. Which I've said it a million times. Stacey does stuff. Stacey do be lying. Stacey is cool. I like Stacey, but Stacey do stuff, you know. So I do, but I don't like that Kay and Ashley are steady picking with her, like with the whole Monique and Chris situation. Like, okay, I'm over this. Tia talked to Stacey because she want to get things right before she goes to Stacey's event. And I think everybody keep missing the point. Everybody keeps saying, oh, Stacey didn't lie. Stacey didn't lie. Her husband lied, and she just backed her husband, which she did. But I think Tia is more mad that Stacey lied to her but told Wendy the truth. I think that's the issue that Tia have. I think a lot of y'all overlook the stuff Stacey does, like I said, because Stacey is likable, Stacey is funny. But Stacey does stuff too. And I think that's the issue with Stacey and Tia. I don't think it's so much of the fact that, you know, she lied. I don't think it's the fact that her husband lied and she backed him. I think it's the fact that she lied to Tia but then told Wendy the truth. I think that's the issue. She goes out with Josh and she breaks up with him. Ashley basically said, Josh, you ain't got enough money for me, baby. You ain't got enough coin to take care of me and mine. And I know some of y'all are like, oh, she was wrong for that. I don't think she was wrong. If you're not feeling it no more, then baby, you're not feeling it. Ashley did tell Josh though. I did kind of feel a little bad for him. So I'm like, damn. She told him that, you know, he hadn't taken her out on he hadn't taken her on any trips or anything. And this man said, I invited you to Pittsburgh. You didn't want to come. That's literally like somebody telling me, let's go to Houston. Baby, Houston right down the street. I mean, it's something to do, but that's not like going out the country. Let's be clear. And like I said, I get Ashley, because y'all gotta look at it like this. Ashley's used to, first of all, I think Ashley like rich old white men. Let's just start there. Not only that, she was with Michael and she finally got her coin from Michael. And Michael has made it, and I don't know who actually dated before Michael, but Michael has made it she ain't going back. And I mean, if you've been with a man who had it, you're not going back down. Let's just be clear. If you don't have to, and then the fact that Ashley's like, she don't want any more kids and stuff, and I think she may do. I think she just didn't want to hurt his feelings more than she had already did. It is what it is. I think Ashley just needed something to do while she was going through what she was going through with Michael. He was something to do, if you get my drift. Now that she's done it and she's outfit, ain't no telling who else she doing. She like, I can let Josh go for good. Like, it is what it is. He's cool. He was fun while it lasted, but yeah, this is not for me. And at the same time, I'm not mad at it. Like, if it's not for you, it's not for you. It is what it is. So, hey. And I seen a lot of comments. It's like, oh, Ashley is wrong if she want a man with money. What's wrong with wanting a man with money? I don't see what's the issue with it. If that's her preference, that's her preference. Why y'all mad? She literally just got divorced from a man with money that had her kept and was taking care of her matters or whatever else they had going on. That's something that she's accustomed to. Y'all can't expect her to just, that's what she got accustomed to. She's not going to go back. I'm just saying. Y'all wouldn't go back either if you didn't have to. Gizelle and Monique go out and they talk and they said, on the show, they show Monique taking all the accountability, but when Monique came on Watch What Happens Live, she did say Gizelle took a lot of accountability. I think they were there for like 4 hours, but they cut that out. And that's the only issue I have with these shows, which we know they are edited, but this is why when stuff be happening, you literally have to take it with a grain of salt because they edit so much down. I'm like, damn, y'all could have at least put the part in there where Gizelle was at least taking some type of accountability, because y'all know how this gonna go. Everybody they don't like Gizelle as it is. So to see on this clip where it looked just like Monique is the only one apologizing and it's like trying to get Gizelle's approval and want to be a part of the Gizelle club and all this and that, it looked crazy because that's what a lot of people were saying until she Watch What Happened Live came on. At this point, they're on the show together. If they want to make amends, they don't have to be friends for real, but y'all got to look at the bigger picture. I think a lot of y'all are thinking in terms of real life and not thinking in terms of this is the show. This is how they make their coin. This is their job. And sometimes you got to play nice to keep your job, and it's okay. Like, I'm not reading too much deep in it. If Monique want to kiss Gizelle's ass, that's her business. But I don't even think it was just so much of that. I just think they just came to a common ground. And yeah, but do y'all think Gizelle is a little more receptive to Monique now because Monique is divorced? That could be it too. Like, because she did say, well, Monique understands, or something she said, like that. One of them said that they understand more because they've been through it now. So I'm like, I don't know, but that could be it too, y'all. They added a filler scene with Angel's mom, and Greg looking at rings. Child, they really could have left this scene out. They didn't look at rings, $200,000, $125,000, $180,000, baby. Greg act like he was fixed to buy that ring. He said, I'm gonna run it by Kay to see how she feel about it first. Y'all all need to quit playing in our face. Y'all think Stacey struck a nerve and she went and told Greg that he gotta find her ring. I think this is all just for the TV. That man is not about to get married right now, and it's okay. Ashley is out with her sister, and I thought this was a good scene with Ashley. We know Ashley can be a piece of work and she be getting on all our nerves. But I like Ashley in this scene. She talked about, her mother is with this man, and she ain't leaving this man. This we find out he's an alcoholic, and the sister, her younger sister, is leaving because she's about to get ready to go off to college. And she's basically told them that she will not be visiting if he don't get his shit together. Ashley did say, when she was coming up, that they struggled a lot, and her uncle is the one who helped her, like bought her school clothes, paid for her to go to college. He helped her. And so she's doing the same thing to her sister. And she's like, she's in a good position, and if her sister need her, she can always call her. She's there to help her. And, because she know what she's been through. So I thought that was great. I do think Ashley, like, she helps her family. I know she used to help. Didn't her brother or something used to stay with her? So I thought that was a great scene. Addiction can be real heavy, especially when it's your parent that's addicted. So I thought this is something that needs to be talked about. Like, a lot of people can relate. Thankfully, her sister do have someone like Ashley to fall back on and to help, because some people really don't have nobody. I thought this was a great scene. Hopefully her mama can get it together. Hopefully her sister Jessica, her dad can, because it's her dad, that hopefully he can get it together. And y'all, Jessica look just like Ashley's mom. She's literally her twin. Eddie is having a Happy Eddie event, and then Stacey is having her Shayo event. So Wendy didn't go to Stacey's event. I did like that Eddie named the strand after Wendy called it. I think it was like Nutty Professor. I thought that was cute. Then we get to Stacey's event. Stacey. I know a lot of y'all gonna give Stacey a pass because y'all like Stacey. And I always say I like Stacey, but Stacey can be full of shit. And I do feel like in this scene, she was full of shit. She tried to call Tia out, but when Tia started telling the truth, and they played it back where Stacey lied, about when Wendy called, then she got offended and she put Tia out. I didn't like that she put Tia out. I was like, damn, you put Tia out, but you let Ashley stay. If anybody you should have put out, it should have been Ashley. Ashley yelling and all this extra stuff at you, but you didn't put Ashley out. You put Tia out because she started pressing the nerve and she started telling the truth. Let's call a spade a spade. Stacey said that she didn't go meet up with them because of Wendy, but you told Wendy something different. Like, you basically told Wendy what it was, and then you lied to Tia. And you got mad because Tia said you were full of it. She's saying that Tia is trying to fit in. And I did think it was childish when they were both saying, oh, you ain't fitting in yet. I was like, okay, first of all, I never gave a fuck about fitting in. I don't know why y'all care so much, especially at this big age. But whatever. I do get y'all on the show. This how y'all make y'all coin. Y'all want to secure y'all spot. So I'm going to let y'all slide on it. But I just think Stacey was just doing the most when she kicked Tia out. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not really sorry, but I didn't think that what Tia said warrants her kicking her out, but you sit up and you deal with Gizelle and you deal with Ashley. I told y'all, these girls don't want to go with Gizelle, and they don't want to go with Ashley for real either by default, just because she's cool with Gizelle and she's been on the show a little longer. Because why the hell you ain't checked Gizelle or Ashley, but you got all this smoke for Tia? And like I said before, if she want to lie, cool, you can lie. But don't sit up and act like you said it. My thing is, just own it. Yeah, I said it. My men didn't want to come, and that was that. I think if Stacey just owned it, she'll shut everybody up. But the acting like she don't know what's going on and being confused and stuff, that'll make anybody irritated and pissed at you, because you're not fit to sit up and keep playing in my face like I'm a fool. So y'all might be on Stacey's side, but I thought Stacey was wrong. That wraps up the Potomac mess. We're going to head to Atlanta and see what the girls that married to Med is doing. So we start this episode off with Eugene and Toya. Eugene is home from his work and he wants some. And Toya is like, now that he's been gone out, when he get home, he wants some and she not for that right now. And like I said, it's always something with Toya. Y'all know Toya. I'm like, at one point, one Toya complaining that she wasn't getting it enough. Like, this is the time now. I feel like with him being gone, y'all could do a little, spice things up because he's not there, and y'all do have that little distance between each other. Like, okay, baby, I miss you. Like, Toya get at me and what he want. He out working and doing all the things. He gonna be gone in a minute. Let him have his fun, girl. We see Dr. Heavenly, Eugene and Toya making jokes about Dr. Heavenly running. Heavenly, she said, yes, she's running for office. They're like, the stuff Toya is saying that Heavenly wouldn't be a good candidate because she's messy and the stuff that she does. But have y'all seen who our president is? I'm just saying. I ain't gonna hold you. Have y'all seen who is in office? But we know how it go. When it's one of us, especially a black woman, y'all are way more critical. Not saying y'all voted for him, but I'm just saying, he's in office, anything is possible. That's it. That's all. Like, don't act like, and like I said before, I feel like Heavenly would have been a good candidate. Like, Heavenly had her issues and she is the villain on the show, whatever. But outside of that, she is a well-educated woman. And she talks, she gonna speak her mind, and you need that as a politician. But I just feel like she rubbed people a wrong way. If y'all seen that video of her talking about the government assistance or something, I'm like, Heavenly, I don't know if that's gonna too much work in your favor, just because the people that you want to vote for you may get assistance. And even if you didn't, I think she said something about how she grew up on assistance, but she's ashamed of that. And it's like, I get it, you don't like to talk about that, but that's part of you. That shaped you into the woman that you are. If you didn't grow up on it, you may not be where you're at today. That may have gave you that push and that grind because you wanted better. Like, you could have used that to your advantage. But this is Heavenly. Y'all know she talk, and sometimes she put her foot in her mouth. So whatever. She talks to Dr. Damon about not telling her that their son was arrested. This happened in 2023, y'all. She said she found that on Twitter and she felt a certain type of way. Now her son isn't talking to her and she's asking Damon to, she can't make him talk. And a lot of people is like, oh, he should be able to make the son talk to her. At the end of the day, her son is grown. Yeah, the dad can encourage him, but he's grown. He don't stay up under their roof. So hopefully they work it out. Do y'all think Heavenly didn't know about her son? No. I mean, people keep secrets, and it's a possibility that she didn't know. But the way Heavenly acting, I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying it, but she might have not knew. Simone and Toya go to see Brandy. Brandy, she's a nurse practitioner, and she does injections, so like Botox, the cosmetic stuff. And they're getting some cosmetic, I think microneedling or something done. And y'all, okay. Now, I know they all gonna throw shade, but I'm like, okay, Toya, now you being a hater, talking about she had a dream about quieting her men in her neighborhood shopping. Girl. So Toya gets a call, and she found out that her her dog has died, and the dog has been in the family for 18 years, which the dog was elderly. 18 years is a long time in dog years, but I still feel bad for her. I'm not a huge dog person, but I do know, people love their animals. And 18 years, like this dog has been with her through a lot of ups and downs throughout her life, like a very chunk. Like, the dog has been with her longer than her kids at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I understand her being hurt. Toya has a funeral for Bailey's, and the funeral was actually pretty nice, but Toya gonna do something nice. Some people had mixed emotions. Some people were sending their condolences, and others was like, it's a dog. But if you are not into dogs and you haven't had a dog for that long, then you may not understand it. I know a lot of people was like, they never been to a dog funeral of that caliber. But she considered her dog family. Like I said, the dog was in her life for 18 years. So I get it. Condolences to Toya and Eugene and her family. The ladies meet up to dance, and here we go, y'all, on this roller coaster with Quiet and Simone. I told y'all last week I ain't here for Quiet and Simone all season, the back and forth. Quiet apologized like always. Simone accepted. She's crying, she's screaming. Quiet crying. I am I am so over this. I don't even really feel like talking about it for real. Like, y'all know how I feel. I feel like it's Simone low-key want to humble Quiet. She can't stand to see Quiet in her light. She can't stand to see that Quiet is her equal, even though she doesn't deem her as her equal. She doesn't like the fact that Quiet is still able to be in the same rooms that she's in, and she don't see Quiet because Quiet hasn't worked as hard as she's worked. I feel like that's what it is. I am tired. I am over it. I feel like we are talking about the same thing every season. I feel like they've literally been apologizing to each other since season 1, since the show has been on air. Y'all aren't friends. And it's okay. It's okay. Y'all aren't friends. Y'all may never be friends. Y'all probably don't, like I said, y'all don't like each other for real. I know y'all trying to put up with each other for the show, but I think Simone don't know how to do that. Quiet, she comes in, she try to play her role. Simone brings it up. Simone is the one with the issue. Simone is the one, like, she just keep going and going and going and going and going. Like, it's gonna be a long season if we have to watch this. Like, I am over it. I am over Quiet and Simone. Let Toya harass Heavenly about her business. That would be a little more interesting, because Quiet and Simone is nothing else to say. I really don't have anything to say that I haven't already said. It's nothing else to say. I keep telling y'all, Simone has low-key been miserable for the last few years. We're gonna see her next episode going off on her sons. That's part of it. Like, she working these long hours. Her kids are ungrateful because the youngest little boy said that something about white parents doesn't take care of their kids or whatever. We'll see when that show actually comes on, because y'all know how the previews could be. But it's just like, I am over it. They made up. We'll see how long. But all season, we not doing this. I'm telling y'all now, we not doing this all season. This better not be the Simone and Quiet back and forth all season, because I can't. So the men are having a little outing themselves, and I think it was Brandy's husband who asked how do they navigate the group or something like that. And Eugene just basically said to agree with your wife, like, don't leave her hanging, be on her side. And Curtis felt a certain type of way, so he wanted to speak his piece about what Toya said about him, and he's like, oh, well, you can agree with your wife, but if she lying, then you can't uphold her. He was like, Eugene said that she was going to agree with his wife, but she's putting out to the public that something that's not true. And Eugene is like, what did she say that wasn't true? Thank you, Eugene. Thank you. Because I was like, I couldn't remember if Eugene checked him or not. But what you're not supposed to sit here and do is act like what my wife said was a lie when it's clearly on camera. Like I said before, own up to it and keep it moving. But we know how him and Jackie roll. They not going to take no accountability. I think some of y'all thought Dr. Damon was agreeing with Curtis. I don't think he was agreeing with Curtis. I think he was just sitting there and not saying nothing because he don't agree with Curtis. At the end of the day, yeah, have your wife back. If she is wrong, tell her to the side, off camera, or nicely. I think that's one of the reasons Simone's still mad at Quiet, because Cecil has had Quiet back a lot, and Simone, low-key, don't like that. So, yeah, I'm glad that Eugene didn't let him, act like it wasn't nothing when it really was something, because keep your hands to yourself. You're married, I'm married. That's that. You won't even have this issue if you just keep your hands to yourself. Definitely call herself confronting Toya. Well, she did confront Toya. And Toya didn't back down. Toya was like I said it. If you running for the state representative and you're not the best person for it. I did think what Contessa said had some truth to it. If you can't take on Toya, politics is about people digging up your skeletons, and baby, they gonna be coming for you. So you gotta be able to, hold your own. But we know Heavenly, and she know Toya, and they gonna go back and forth. Also, Heavenly was telling Toya to keep her kid's name out their motherfucking mouth. All I could think about is when Will Smith was keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. I said, oh, okay, Heavenly, I see you channeling your inner Will. And so Toya is like, I'm glad you brought it up, because I wasn't going to bring it up. I was going to let you slide. But since you brought it up, what's the tea? Because you always in everybody else's business, and you always got something foul to say about everybody else's family. Which, like I said before, I'm not mad at Toya. Heavenly is funny. I feel like Heavenly is good TV, but I do feel like Heavenly go too far, and some of her antics do be too much. So I'm not mad for Toya having her foot on Heavenly's neck, because sometimes Heavenly do too damn much. So hey, let's go. But like I said, Trump got into office, baby. Heavenly probably can get into. I'm gonna just say that. But that's pretty much it, y'all. I know this is kind of like quick, fast through. My mouth is kind of hurting, so I'm gonna go take me some medicine, take me a shower, and lay it down. Don't y'all forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.